Shalom. First off, I'd like to say Brakfa Yahal Bashim Shai,
Brakfa Bashim Shai,
Bashim Rakar Kadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the elect worldwide, preaching the gospel in spirit and truth consistently. And may the Lord have mercy upon the 1/3 of Israel as well. So this is the brother Amatazar and the brother
Napash
from the GMS London Central Camp, and he's gonna go for the spirit out and about, in a park. He's gonna go for the spirit, open for and read the scriptures, man. So yeah, it's the book of Matthew 24, man. A lot of people don't realize that we are approaching to the light end, man. We're living in the end times, but things are gonna be things that were prophesied before. People are gonna witness it firsthand, man. People are gonna witness the destruction. People are gonna witness uproars, and many false believers or false teachers are gonna be exposed in these last days, man. Yeah. So it's the book of Matthew 24. I'm gonna start from straight to the point, really, on verse 3, and it says, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" So that's the things that we should be expecting, man. That's a part of the gospel as well, the good news of the returning of the Lord and him coming to raise his people, the nation of Israel, to be the future rulers, and to see the other nations, these heathens, so especially the so-called white man, to be our slaves, man. That's a part of the gospel, for our people to be saved and delivered, starting with the elect. Yeah. And it says, "And Yahweh shall answer and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you." Why would the Lord say that? Because there's going to be people that are going to deceive you, man. There's going to be false leaders. Yeah. There's going to be false leaders outside the world of Israel, in terms of worldly. Like you got Farrakhan. Yeah, he may be an Israelite, but he's of the world, man. He may have came out of the Million Man March. He was, at a certain point he was talking about Latinos and so-called Negroes coming together, but after that Million Man March, his teachers started dumbing down. Why, man? Because he saw the so-called white man, probably put him on hush, man. Maybe gave him that hush money, to try and not rouse up the Israelites.
Can I bring a quick precept?
Go on.
This is in Matthew chapter 7 verse 15. "Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves." Because you mentioned Farrakhan, and he likes to tell his congregation, he says that they're the Israelites and all that, but then he's talking about from a perspective of the Quran.
Yep.
But then he keeps quoting the scriptures.
Yeah.
He bring out the Bible, right?
In fact, he quotes the Bible more than the
Exactly.
Quran. Yeah.
But then at the same time, he ain't giving the congregation the truth, right? He's leading them astray. The scriptures say, "What blind leadeth the blind, and both fall into the ditch." And that's why. Well, he's coming in that sheep's clothing. He's trying to say Israelites and all that.
Yeah.
But he's actually inside of the ravening wolf, man.
That's it, man.
He's trying to basically what he's doing, and people that are listening to him, right? He's basically scattering the sheep, man.
Yeah.
He's putting them further and further away from the truth. And he's got to pay for that, when the Lord returns, he's going to pay for that, man.
That's right.
He's going to get judged, man.
He ain't talking about Yahweh Shai, and he's only delivering the Israelites. Seeing the white man go down, to be our enemies, to become our slaves and all that. He ain't teaching that doctrine, man.
That's right.
So it says, "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, Mashiach, and shall deceive many." And you see that amongst Israel, man, you got different camps, false camps, teaching some incredible next
Heresies,
man, next doctrines, man. Just whipping it out from their arse, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it says, saying, "I am Christ," which when you look at the word Christ, it just means anointed. So they're saying that they're chosen. You got someone called the Comforter.
Yeah.
You got General Yohana. No one, if you ain't get the breakdowns from him, ain't affiliated or whatever by his consent, you ain't got the truth. People like that.
A quick precept up.
Go on.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 1. "But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. Because you even had what guys, in GMS,
Yep.
right? Who
Fell out.
they fell out because the demon basically took hold, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they started thinking something outside of what Yahushua had ordained as truth.
Yeah.
Okay, right? They started going against what the apostles were teaching, which the Lord is basically speaking through the apostles and elders, and that's how we're getting the edification. Okay, and they were basically the Lord basically was clearly ain't dealing with them unless they repent and they come back to the light. So
Finish, bro.
they're going to bring upon themselves swift destruction, because the scriptures talk about that. If you put your hand to the plow, you take it off. It's better that a man that didn't really even hear it and all that, But these guys, they've been in it. They've put in some years or whatever or some time, and now they're looking back. They ain't fit for the kingdom, man.
Yeah, that's like a slap in the face, man. Once you're down with the Lord and you just turn your back.
Yeah, and they're outright scoffing. They're outright coming against the apostles.
yeah.
They've been in this 2 minutes, and they're coming against the apostles. It's like, what are you doing, man? You clearly don't. The Lord ain't dealing with you if you don't even understand what you're doing by doing that. You learned this. You came here, because when Philip went to the Ethiopian eunuch, he said, "How can I?" said, "Let some man teach me."
Yeah.
Right. So the men that taught you this truth, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai, you're denying them, which means really what? You're denying the teachings, because you're denying what? You're denying Yahweh Shemi Shai, man.
Yep.
You're denying Yahweh Shemi Shai, and you're basically you're disannulling it, man. Okay. You're rejecting the Lord, and what? Basically, you stop confessing Yahweh Shai before men. So what's Yahweh Shai gonna do? He's gonna not confess you to the Father, man.
Yeah, because Yahweh Shai is known as the Word, right? And what does the scripture say? Proverbs 13:13. Whoever despises the Word
Shall be destroyed.
shall be destroyed, man.
Can, man.
That's it. And it says back in Matthew 24:5, it says, "And shall deceive many." You got some crazy ass doctrines out there, the flat Earth. Just that alone, people are getting bugged down and say, "Fuck it." GMS can't be teaching the truth because the flat Earth. And so what? You're gonna go out on these highways and byways talking about flat Earth?
But you guys got guys who fell out because of that. I got a quick scripture for you,
man. Go on, man. Go ahead.
Right, this is This is because there's a reason why they ain't getting it, man. I'm gonna read it now. So it's Matthew chapter 7 verse 13. It says, "Enter ye in at the straight gate," which is straight gate. That word straight there means a place of difficulty, right?
Yep.
So difficult. So it says, "For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat." So these guys are following. Basically, the Lord didn't set them up to they set them up to what? For destruction. They're going into that broad way. They're going into all these different philosophies and trying to get their own glory and trying to do all this and that. But they're not coming to what? They're not coming. They're trying to come up some other way. They're not coming through the sheepfold. They're not coming through Yahweh Shai. Because really they hate Yahweh Shai. It says, "Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it." Yeah, and it's funny, it's the spirit, because we just read that about sheep's clothing, false prophets, and that's actually just before that. So the spirit had it where we went back to that. It says, "And few there be that find it," right? What's that talking about? That's talking about the elect of the nation of Israel. If you're not of the elect, okay, if you haven't been elected and chosen to be what? To be saved, okay, on this side, okay, then it wasn't for you, and if you don't repent and come back to Yahweh Shai, then you're gonna basically they're gonna bring a swift destruction upon them in this little season, man.
Yep. That's right.
Kinda.
That's right. And it says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." So let's go. See, this is prophecy right here. Are we not hearing rumors of wars? We're here in America. You had North Korea. You have China. You had Russia. You're hearing of all these. Israel and Iran.
Yeah. Even America recently said in one article was basically saying that, look, they're gonna fuck up Iran or something like that.
Shit.
They're talking all this war talk. It's just a matter of time. Look,
That's
you can't.
rumors, yeah.
That's like two people standing next to each other, yeah, and they're all chatting like, "I'm gonna fuck you. I'm gonna do this." Remember, before a matter of time, because what does the scripture say? It says a sword is sharpened. It can make a sword slaughter, right? You don't just sharpen. Why do you sharpen a sword? So that when the time comes to battle, it's sharp and you're ready to fight, right? So then that means if they're breaking all these, the Lord's giving them the instrument of death, which is what? It's the wasted to destroy.
Yeah.
The ICBM missiles,
Yeah.
right? They just stockpiling these missiles. Do you think, especially the so-called white man, right, who is the love of money, right? So he's, carnal as he is.
Yeah.
You think that he's sitting there and he's just pumping money into military, because remember, his blessing is a sword.
Yeah.
He's pumping all the money into making his.
Military,
He thinks he's just making ICBM missiles for fun, just so he can say, "Look at my defense." No,
No.
the Lord is making him do that because why, man? America's going to be destroyed, and many other places, but specifically America, it's going to be destroyed by them ICBM missiles, man, in that coming world war, man.
That's right, man.
These are rumors right now, but hey, the time is when the end. Look, the World War III is going to happen, and what? The Lord's going to come, man. The Lord's going to come just in that time when they're going to try and come against the Lord.
Yep, that's right, man. And going back to rumors of war, what did Donald Trump say about space? He was talking about that he needs to make another, like a police force in space.
Yeah.
You got the Air Force, you got the Navy.
Space
Yeah,
Force.
Space Force, man.
Yeah.
So that's a rumor of war itself. He's actually declaring possible war with the Heavenly Father. That's a rumor of war, and I don't think you want to make sanctions on the Lord, man.
Yeah. Well, the scriptures say that all these guys are gonna, they're gonna come together.
Saying in his angels,
The ones that are left behind, they're gonna come together, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna try and come against the Lord with their military might, all these different countries or whatever, the beast and all that, man. They're gonna try and come against the Lord, and the Lord's gonna you can read about that in the 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. He's gonna basically just destroy them, man.
Destroy them, bro.
He's gonna destroy them.
Angels, yeah.
So that you know what? You said that, right? Well, I'm gonna tell you what the Lord came back to do, man. I think it's in let me read it.
Revelation 19 and
Is it 19?
19 and 11 or something like that.
Is it? Let's have a look, man. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Revelation 19:11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. Right, that's talking about the chariot the Lord's coming in. It says, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true. And that's talking about Yahushua. It says, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. So the Lord's coming to do war, man.
So
Okay, you guys are fighting amongst yourselves, and there's all these rumors of what's going on, but you don't realize actually the Lord is doing that. The Lord is setting all that up because why? Because hey, the Lord is a man of war. It's just the thing.
It's 15-3.
It's gonna what? It's gonna come into fruition where in that World War III, it's all prophecy. World War III is prophesied, right? Revelation.
Joel.
That's right. In Joel and many other chapters. So hey, it's just the Lord wants this to happen. That's His movie. So this is good. This is gonna happen. That's why you might have all these rumors and all that, and but the war is coming because it's prophesied, man. We're in that time right now. We're in the time of war.
That's right.
Go on.
Yeah. The climax is coming, man. And it says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. So it must come to pass. Must means that it's inevitable.
Yeah.
All
these different rumors, or all these little skirmishes and certain things. If they've got to happen to lead up to that basically the World War III, which is going to be the war that ends all wars. Because why? Because it's Isaiah 2. When the kingdom, there ain't going to be no war, man. Okay, there's going to be no more wars when the true children of Israel are back in their land, man. In the right way, man.
That's right. Proverbs 29:2, I believe. Said what? When a wicked beareth rule, the people are mourning. But when a righteous rule.
Yeah, I can read it for you.
Yeah,
this is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
So when the righteous are in authority, Esau ain't the righteous, man. Look what he's promoting, man. Yeah? He's promoting homosexuality. He's giving so much rights and liberty to women and the people of the LGBT community. The family structure is destroyed. People are in marriages, but they're living like they're separate. Yeah? Why? Because of the philosophy of the so-called white man.
Yeah, and that's all part of what? Destroying Israel.
Destroying. That's a war in itself.
Because what's Israel? Israel is made up of what? Families.
Families,
families, tribes into clans, and the clans into tribes, and tribes into the nation.
That's it.
So that you break the man, which is the head of the household, right? You separate him from that family. You break up that family. Then eventually you're going to break up what? You're going to break up the nation. That's part of them. What Psalms 83? That's part of them destroying Israel, man.
That's right, man. And that's Esau's so-called white man's tactic that he's been doing ever since slavery, of divide and conquer, man. And even divide and conquer between the so-called Negroes and Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics, because we are one, man. Yeah.
That's right, we're brothers, man.
Yeah.
We're, you know, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Hey, man, we're all Israelites, man. Okay, and you know, and through the seed, you know, the Israelite foreigners that look like other nations and all that, but they're from the seed of Israel, man, going through their father's line.
Go on.
It says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
That's right, man. Job 9:24 says what? The earth is given to the hand of the wicked, and he covereth the faces of the judges thereof, man.
Okay.
So if the wicked is ruling the earth, you gotta understand, how do you rule the earth? One of the key things to rule the earth, you have to at least have the strongest military might, the strongest defensive military. And who's got that? The so-called white man, starting with America. Yeah, no one has invested more money than America in terms of military. They got a lot of fighter jets, submarines, tanks, things you ain't seen. Sometimes they make show it in the movies.
Aircraft carriers and all that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, there was a documentary on Panama. I forgot what it's called. I think it might be called Blood in Panama or something. I did a video on it with brother. They were talking about eyewitness accounts of, this is back in like the 80s, eyewitness accounts of laser beams. Laser beam shots being shot at and cutting stuff and all that, man, like cars or whatever. People were, like, it was crazy. So imagine, like, if they had that back in the 80s, what kind of technology they got now?
That's like 40 years later, almost 40 years later. Yeah, man. So I even seen one video, one military was basically caught running, but he was like blurred out, and they were wondering why he was blurred out. Really and truly, the suit that he had was like a camouflage, a type of camouflage where it's like, I don't think the word is transparent.
Kind of reflective kind of thing?
Yeah, reflective. It looks like a mirror.
I think, you know, yeah, they're investing in all that stuff.
Yeah, it looks like a mirror. So he will run in the street, he will run in the grass, and he will actually look like the grass because it's like reflecting it. That's the type of, next level camouflage that they got. Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's funny you mentioned that as a spirit. I was watching a Star Trek, right? And in the Star Trek episode, there's one episode where it's the old Star Trek, right? The Federation, which is like the you know, Captain Kirk and Spock, the main characters, they've got this enemy, another empire, which is the Klingons, right?
Okay.
And they're basically trying to say basically the Klingons, what they're doing is they got this new technology, right, which lets them camouflage their ship. And the whole episode is about the Federation coming and trying to steal that secret, and they steal it. And then one of the characters, the main characters, he says, "Oh, you know, military like intel is one of the top things in this thing." And you got that. That's why you got this war between America and Russia. They're both Esau. So they're trying to build up this. Esau got a blessing of the sword. They're building up all this military and getting all this intel and all that, right? For what? To get ready for that war, man.
That's right.
To get ready for what? America to be destroyed by them nukes. You know?
That's right, man.
Ghana.
That's right. And it says back in Matthew 24, and it says, "But the end is not yet, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." So you're seeing that, man. You got even one country going against another country. Yeah. You got presidents going against another president. You got even uproars of the people where the public are unhappy of the government. The government. You got people of different races fighting against other races. The kingdom is through, man. You know, like the 10 toes, man. It's divided, man. Like the military might be strong, but the people are divided. Yeah, so they're broken. Yeah,
partly weak and partly strong.
That's
you know?
it, man.
Like you got, like, for example, Greece, which they're fucked. Their economy is fucked, man. You know,
Yeah.
they're in the EU, but their economy is fucked. You know, partly weak and partly strong. Then you got, like, you know, the UK, which is considered, you know, stronger. You know.
Yeah. I think, especially Greece. I don't know if it's still happening now, but a few years back, when they were really in a struggle, they only could take a certain amount of money out of their bank, and people were lining up, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's meant to be a European nation. That's meant to be
European nation.
That's meant to be like, you know, they could look upon other countries.
Developed country.
Exactly, it's
yeah.
meant to be one of those. But then that shows you this prophecy, man. You know?
Finished, bro. Finished. And it says, and there shall be famines. Yeah, famines. Well, let's look into that, man. You know, a lot of people don't understand that. Like England, the UK, London, a lot of the things that we get, our products, they're coming from outside, man. Outside the UK. You know, places in Asia, places in South America. As far as in Europe that we'll get is maybe like fruits, like apples and oranges. You know, you may get, you know, British potatoes and that, all right, and then some chicken. But for a lot of things, man, it takes about what, 3 days? You know, 3 days of products to get into the UK. So imagine.
But there's like a 3-day supply basically.
Yeah, 3-day supply.
In most supermarkets and stuff. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So imagine that. Imagine if that gets shut off. How are people going to react to that? You know, what if the internet gets cut off? How are people going to react to that? No data. you can't communicate. No reception. A lot of these women will bug out, man. These Instagram hoes that rely on the internet and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah, that's right. I've got a scripture for you.
Go on.
One sec. One sec, bro. I'm getting it now. This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Satan, man. Let me get. Hold on, bro. This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord, because the internet is going to go down, man, okay? There's going to be a famine of the word, okay? There's going to be a time when the prophets ain't going to be out on the highways and byways, okay? In Jacob's trouble and all that, leading up to it, and in that time, there ain't going to be a time we ain't going to be out there. There's going to be martial law and all that.
Yep.
So that's why the Lord says seek him early, while he can still be found, right? So that's going to happen. That's in prophecy, man. You know, the Lord is not only going to, you know, put people into a bad case in bread, because what the scriptures talk about that, because lack of bread, man's going to, you know, go up and juke up each other, and that's in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, I believe, right? They're going to basically go into their neighbor's house and you know, mess them up, man, fight or whatever, kill each other or whatever, man. Okay, but then there's also going to be what, a famine of the word, man. You know.
That's right, man. Yeah, so different types of famine, man. Famine of food, because famine just means shortage, innit? Yeah, you want to say something?
No.
Oh, so yeah, famine of food, water, and the word, man. Yeah. And pestilences. You're gonna get diseases, man. Worse than Ebola. Yeah. Worse than all the flus you can imagine, man. And people just dropping down in an extraordinary rate with unexplainable causes, man.
You're gonna get all these dead bodies.
Yeah.
Right. And then things are gonna be fucked, because what? Like even like Thames Water is over here in London, and you know, things ain't gonna run just like that, man. Let's get, you know, water might be cut off. Yeah, you ain't gonna have like, you ain't gonna be able to go to the toilet just like that, and things are gonna be all messed up. The waterworks, you know, because people are gonna be dying, okay, in the street and all that. There's gonna be so many dead bodies, right? Then what? You're gonna have just people rotting, dead bodies rotting. Okay, you're gonna have blood and all that. You're gonna have like the stink. So you're gonna have all these diseases and different things that are gonna be flying around, man. You know?
Crazy, man. I'm gonna read this last bit. And earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, man. So these are gonna be like the birth pains of when it climaxes to the true end of when the Messiah, Yahweh Shemashah, his son, comes down, man. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's what. If you read further up, did we read that when basically the disciples were asking the Lord when he's returning?
Yeah, when he returns. Yeah, verse 3.
know, and the Lord what told him? It told him, look, you know. And if you get to, can you read verse 34?
34, yeah.
Yeah.
Verse 34, Matthew 24, verse 34, and it says, "Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled."
Hold on, no, it's not that. 32, Baba
32,
Shah.
yeah?
Yeah.
Verse 32, "Now learn a parable of the fig tree. when his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that the summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, meaning all these prophecies coming to pass before your eyes, know that it is near.
Because these are what the signs, right? So like when you see, like what Yahushua was saying was, when you see a fig tree and you see that, read it again. It just said what? It said when you see that the branch is yet tender,
yeah.
and put forth leaves, right? You know that summer is nigh, because what the leaves bud in what? Spring. So you know that summer's coming close.
Yeah.
So when you see these signs that the Lord basically spoke about, then you know that the end, His return is soon. He's coming back. And we've been really, since the Lord basically went up into the chariot. Okay, we've been in the end times, man.
That's it.
Went on the cross, went up and came back, rose again, and went into the chariot. Okay, we've been in the end times, man. And we're and right now we're coming to what? The end of the end.
The end of
You know,
the end,
when
man.
the Lord's going to return and He's going to make His appearance, man.
Ye know that the summer is nigh. So you know that the clock is gonna finally stop ticking, man. Because at the moment we're in the 11th hour, and it's gonna be very short when it hits the 12th hour, man. The martial law, World War III, the mark of the beast, you know.
Yeah, many men are going to come in this last time,
Yeah.
this very end, these last minutes or whatever, last seconds. Many men are going to come into the truth, man. And there's going to be many men that are gonna, you know, we're going to have all different, you know, brothers out there teaching and all that more and more, man, as the time approaches. Because, and that's been, you know, and camps are growing and all that. You know, you get in camps over in different parts of the world, you know, Peru and all that. And so this thing is growing, man, because why? We're getting close to the end.
That's it, man.
You know?
So everything that's coming out is all a fulfillment of prophecy, man.
Yeah.
So you got any scripture you want to say? You want to hit?
Yeah, that's all, bro.
So yeah, man. So we hope you've been edified, you know. Hey, man, we're at the end of this thing. The Lord's coming back, so stay strong in faith. Now keep watching the apostles. We stress that very, very much, because a lot of these people that fall out, you know, hey, man, they ain't really.
Well, Apostle Hart said it. We were talking about the signs, right? They ain't reading the news. They ain't watching out for the prophecies.
Yeah.
So then what? They're losing sight of what's going on. And, you know.
Yeah.
That's,
they just start fading away.
That's why the scriptures say, watch and pray. That's important, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right, man.
So with that, man, we say Barak Fayah Bashim Shai, Bashim Rakakadash.
Man.
Yeah, and double honors to the elders and apostles. Blessed salutations to the elect worldwide.
Double honors, man.
Yeah.
Shalom.
Shalom.